いませ。
Wait.
ありがとうございました。
What's this? This doll's got an orange for a head. There's a button on it. What happens if I... Oh shit! It talks?
Ah, there's one over there. Yet another Michio-kun. Oh, sorry about that. Did he surprise you?
Yeah. I guess he kinda got me. This little monster yours?
Monster? Heavens no. This is the one and only Ono Michio-kun.
Ono Michio-kun? The hell's that?
Ono Michio-kun is a mascot created to represent the proud port city of Onomichi in Hiroshima. I'm Hironaka, the producer for all things Michio-kun.
Right, so, this thing represents Onomichi... how exactly?
Oh, surely you joke. A charming face based on the Hasaku, a specialty of the Setouchi region. A steamy Onomichi ramen hat to add a touch of flair. Onomichi ramen is a staple of Onomichi culture, after all. A cute fish pouch to represent the city's wide variety of delicious seafood. Cool fishing boots to highlight Onomichi's strong... And a trendy shirt with his surname, Ono, in bold. He really is the perfect mascot.
I don't know about that.
He's pretty popular as of late. Even this figure here sells out rather quickly. He's the featured product in the Onomichi souvenir section of our new shop here in town.
You're selling this in a souvenir shop?
Look how detailed he is. Isn't he exquisite?
Well, when you put it that way, sure. Oh yeah, didn't this thing talk to me earlier?
Yes, a voice plays when you press the button. Observe.
Oh no! Michio da! Yoroshiku Michi!
Oh, isn't he great? The way he...
Yeah, sure.
Yes, well, only the genuine article will speak. The fakes made overseas don't hold a candle to the real ones.
Fakes?
Yes, like this one.
Oh yeah. Looking at them side by side, they're definitely different.
I'm happy he's become so popular, but popularity means there'll always be those... Many of them are obscenely poor quality.
Hey, this fake's got a button too. Wanna try it out?
No, wait, please, don't press that.
Man, that just makes me want to press it even more. Huh? It's not talking. Huh?
Are you okay? I tried to warn you. Oh no, your hair's all frizzy now.
It wasn't before. Anyway, what the hell was that?
Well,
It's a bomb. Alright, oops.
Got it. So the fakes have shitty batteries and might blow up.
That's right. It's bad enough that they're fake, but it's even worse that they explode. I've been going around collecting them wherever I see them being sold. But when it came to hauling off the fakes, the box turned out. To make matters worse, careless handling of these fakes could result in an
So you basically made a minefield.
Recently, it's been difficult with my poor eyesight to see. Oh, this is all so. Even if I were to ask for help, I would need to find someone with both. Where am I going to?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Now wait just a minute.
Oh, come on. I'm really pretty.
Oh, don't be such a. Not many people have frizzy hair. The straight.
Seriously, do you even hear me?
Please, each one of these figures is thoughtful.
These are all done by hand?
Indeed, they are. The local grandmothers of Ono. Even the children help with the. I want to get these Michio-kun figures to it. Can you please?
All right, sure.
Really? I just realized.
I'm Kasuga. Ichiban Kasuga.
All right, Kasuga-san. I'm glad to have you on board. This way, please.
Okay.
So. Eh?
Got it.
Hi.
What's this? What's this? What's this? Is this?
Hello.
What's this? What's this? What's this? Is this? What's this? What's this? Looks like that's all of them.
Wow, thank you very much. You were just the man for the job.
Oh, yeah? Glad I could help. But what are you gonna do with all those fakes still lying around? That's gotta be dangerous.
Oh, that's okay. I'll have the staff pick them up later. They're all fakes, so there's no need to be careful anymore.
Sure. Whatever you say.
I must say, I was so... You're no longer just...
No, I think...
Oh, come now.
Anyway, there were a lot more fakes than I...
Once a character gets even the teensiest bit... In fact, some fakes are made so
Damn.
Even so, fakes are still fakes. It would be inexcusable to those who work...
Right. Buying a cheap knockoff's not gonna help Onomichi or Michio.
Indeed. And this isn't just to fill the world with enough fakes, and eventually I don't want honest craftsmen and the fans who...
Yeah,
That's why, as Michio-kun's producer...
Well, I'll help.
I've been wanting to take down these pesky Ford...
Well, I can't say I blame you.
I know! Why not take this
Oh? You sure?
Absolutely.
Why's his head all beat up?
Oh no, quite the contrary. That one there is special.
Special?
A few years ago, there was a man who put on that very Micho. That fateful day was what kicked off me. I believe that man's sense of justice. I've been carefully saving that costume there. Several of these costumes have been made, mine.
Sounds like he left an impression on you.
Anywho, now I need to hurry, and I hope to see you soon, Kasuga.
Yeah. See your mascots, huh? Protecting these guys is serious business, I guess. Huh? Again?
No, because it's unlikely it will be a 40-minute cutscene, right?
I went ahead and got started.
You sure you don't mind treating me?
What? Are you actually able to pay?
Wish I could, but I don't think they'd take this.
You don't sound like you're gonna relax during this meal.
Depends on what you say. Hopefully I'll relax enough to enjoy the duck. So, how do you know Arakawa-san? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
It wasn't long after the war the counterfeit bills started being produced in Ijincho. It was top secret. Only the heads of the Seiryu clan and the Liumang, plus some officers, knew about it. Outside of that inner circle, they also had to hire people to smuggle the bills.
Smugglers?
And one of them was a traveling actor. His name was Toshio Arakawa. He was Masumi Arakawa's father.
What?
One day, he came to us saying he lost an entire suitcase filled with 100 mil in fake yen. No excuse in the world could have saved him. A mistake that grave required the Seiryu clan to make an example out of him for the other smugglers. But remember, only a few people at the top even knew about the counterfeiting. It wasn't a task they could hand to just anybody. So I, being next in line to inherit the clan, was entrusted to carry it out.
So did you actually...
Yes. I killed Toshio Arakawa, father of Masumi Arakawa, in this very place, 40 years ago. But I had no idea who was in the room with my target. By the time I learned it was his 14-year-old son, it was too late. I had to go through with the hit, knowing this boy would see his father die. To make my guilt even worse, later I found out why Toshio lost the fake bills. His wife and her lover had stolen them. And those two fell into the ocean and disappeared. Their corpses were never even found.
So Arakawa-san lost both his parents, one after the other.
And his only other friends, the theater troupe, disbanded soon after without their leader. Masumi Arakawa became a drifter, along with a few other actors. They couldn't trust anyone, so what other path was there for them, except becoming Yakuza in Kamurocho? Arakawa joined a low-ranking family in the Tojo clan called the Hikawa family. Life wasn't easy for him there. They were the kind of family that took hits without thinking twice.
Really?
Yes. So they were always in need of ways to dispose of a body. Matsumi Arakawa was tapped to help with that, and he was extremely cautious. To do it, he started coming all the way to the homeless camp in Ijincho.
Really? Even though the family was based in Tokyo? Why?
Well, truthfully, he wanted an excuse to come to Yokohama, because it would afford him opportunities to hunt his father's killer.
I see. So Arakawa-san was using the homeless camp to dispose of bodies all the way back then.
Indeed. As for his hunt, he researched Yakuza and criminals every time he was here. All he started with was a single clue. His own childhood memory of the suspicious waiter he saw here that night. Eventually, 7 years after the murder, I received an invitation to come here. He signed his invitation Matsumi Arakawa. It was a bold declaration, and I knew immediately the running would be futile. So I came here, alone. I didn't even bring a bodyguard.
Why the hell not?
Well, to put it simply, I was prepared to die.
But, I mean...
In this line of work, there are no good ways to die. And I can think of worse ways to go that would not give that boy the justice he'd earned. The memory of what I'd done to him never left me, you know. It was always like a small bone stuck in my throat. He was sitting right where you are now.
Here?
Yes. He didn't look a day over 20. But his eyes had that hard, flinty gaze of an old killer. I couldn't help myself. I told him everything. I told him why I killed Toshio Arakawa. I even told him about the secret counterfeiting. I figured I was dead anyway. He had a gun in his hand, and all he had to do was pull the trigger. But he never once interrupted me. When I'd finished, he slowly stood up. I stopped him as he turned to leave. "Didn't you come here for revenge?" I asked.
And? What did he say?
He said, "If only you had ignored my invitation, then I could have shot you in the back." Then he left.
Boss.
In 1984, the 10,000 yen bill changed from the face of Prince Shotoku to Yukichi Fukuzawa. By that time, Arakawa had found his own Yakuza family, so I sent him a gift.
What was it?
A fresh batch of crisp, fake bills featuring Yukichi Fukuzawa. They were defective prints with nothing on the back. Not exactly legal tender.
Then, how was that a gift?
It's hard to explain. If I had to say, it was out of gratitude.
Sure, but for what?
I should have died that day I met with Arakawa. It would have been right. And yet he spared me. Not only that, but he lifted a terrible weight from my chest. Furthermore, it's not an exaggeration to say the equilibrium among the Ijin Three continues to this day because of him.
Wow.
I owe him an unfathomable debt. And one day, I must pay it back. The defective bills were how I chose to communicate the sentiment. counterfeiting secret is Ijincho's weakness. And it was only thanks to Arakawa that the Ijin 3 could continue to secretly wield that power. But of course, that means if he ever feels like it was a mistake to let me live, he can use the fake bills to unravel everything I've built. The gift wasn't the bills themselves. They were leverage. I actually wrote something on the back to that effect. Neither justice nor mercy should tip the scale. It means that those in power must reward and punish where necessary. I felt it was an appropriate message. I suppose the writing has faded at this point.
Whoa. So that's the whole story.
Up till this moment. But now I'm sitting across from a man holding one of those fake pills. Which, of course, is a message from Arakawa that only I could understand. The message is, Masumi Arakawa sees you as a beloved family member.
Arakawa-san thinks of me as family.
He would not have placed that bill in your pocket lightly. Do you see its significance now? After everything I've told you? There is almost no doubt in my mind that Arakawa did not want you killed. So he didn't shoot you out of malice. He shot you so that you would be brought here, be saved by the homeless, and eventually meet up with me. Do you see? That's everything I can tell you.
That's plenty. Thank you, Chairman. I see it all now. I always kind of figured.
You did? Well, it's your move now. I've only told you what I know, so...
It's okay. That's enough. I trust you.
Well, I don't hear that often.
Yeah, neither do I. Not even from my friends. But those friends are trustworthy to me. And so are you. I believe everything you said. And my faith in Arakawa-san is coming back strong.
Kasuga,
Yeah?
are you a blood relative of Arakawa's?
No, it's not like that.
I see. Well, he must have been happy to have such loyalty as yours. As proud as any father, I think.
Nagatacho has been rocked by party chair Ogikubo's sudden retirement due to illness. Long a central figure in politics, Ogikubo was the Prime Minister's last ally in keeping Parliament together.
An election shall be held to reaffirm the will of the people. I look forward to a new Citizens' Liberal Party and a new cabinet.
The Prime Minister made more shockwaves later that day. In the afternoon, he announced he would appoint Ryo Aoki to Ogikubo's now vacant post. Aoki will be the first sitting governor to also serve as the ruling party's chair. This bold move is sure to have ripple effects.
How are you feeling, former chairman?
Surely the governor of Tokyo can read. My sign says no visitors.
Oh, suddenly rules are important to you.
Naturally.
Shouldn't you concern yourself with the rules you've already broken? For example, counterfeiting. Your crimes put the entire national economy at risk.
Do you know how many lives were saved by what you call a crime? Hundreds. Any politician can say they built a road or passed a law. But how many can say they caught people who fell through the cracks? You think you're talented enough to do that in my stead?
Oh, I've got plenty of talents. I just use them very differently compared to you. For example, I managed to fit your downfall into my already very busy schedule.
The governor as the party chair. Nothing could be more ripe for corruption.
Oh. Everything I'm gonna do will be labeled scandalous by withered old men like you. But by next year, Japan will have a new standard, and it will have been written by me.
Spoken like a true amateur.
Amateur, huh? Let me ask you. Do you remember my first election 10 years ago? I asked you for the Citizens Liberal Party endorsement. You insulted me. Your exact words were, "Bleach Japan is a bunch of kids playing at politics." Your home district is Kanagawa's second. Isn't that right? I'm happy to tell you, Bleach Japan will be running a candidate there in the next election cycle. And he'll have the Citizens Liberal Party's ringing endorsement. So, how does it feel to have everything taken from you by a bunch of kids? Our candidate's victory in Kanagawa's District 2 is all but certain. So I've come up with a plan for taking out the trash in Ijincho. Of course, we'll probably lose half the population.
Are you calling the people of Ijincho trash?
I'm calling them disposable.
Pardon me?
What did you call them? People who fell through the cracks? Can't you see that's their own fault for becoming so dependent on the gray zones? They're responsible for maintaining their home, and they failed. That's what makes them disposable. But I must be going. As I said, I've got a busy schedule. Happy retirement, my former chair. I truly wish that for you. I hope you'll visit Ijincho after its beautiful new developments are complete. You'll hardly recognize it, and I can't wait to see the look on your face when you see it.
So, this your hideout?
Yep, go ahead. Make yourself at home.
I'd love to, but, where could I even do that?
Yes. The square footage of this place leaves something to be desired.
Well, excuse me. I'm hearing some pretty high standards for a couple of pad crashers.
We're not crashing it. Namba-san gave us permission.
Who the hell says no to Jungi Han when he asks to stay the night? I mean, it's freaking Jungi Han.
Hey, where are the rest of your people now that Komi Jewel HQ is gone?
They're fixing the surveillance system. It will take some time for it to be fully restored.
Well, I get why Jungi Han is staying here, since this place is a pile of ashes. But what's Zhao's excuse?
It's not like I could just keep living in Qingchen after stepping down from the Liumeng. Wouldn't have sent the right message. So, I joined the ranks of the homeless.
Still doesn't explain why you need to stay here.
Maybe because information collects where people do. And this group does seem to be in the know.
We do? But we don't even know what happened to Bleach Japan. Did the police ever put a stop to all that craziness?
The police? Kasuga-kun, haven't you seen the news?
No, haven't had the time.
Well, Bleach Japan's reputation in Ijincho, hell, all of Japan, is golden after the Komi Jewel thing.
What?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe the headlines. Despite peril, brave Bleach Japan topples Komi Jewel gang. Grassroots org achieves what police never could. Shit like that.
Wow, great journalism. No spin at all.
That's not even the worst of it. The reports say that Komijul committed arson during its fight with Bleach Japan. And in the blaze, Bleach Japan director Ogasawara perished.
He's dead?
Wait, what happened? He was definitely alive after the fire. That's when we interrogated him.
Yeah, then the Omi Alliance rescued him. Why would he be... Wait, did they?
Yes, they probably killed him. I had that thought right away. At least he died the way he wanted to, as a hero of the revolution.
That guy? A hero? Why'd they kill him?
Because he squawked like a bird when you interrogated him. Why wouldn't they off the guy? Now they're just milking his death for all it's worth. Honestly, it's a brilliant move, making it look like he died in the Komi Jewel fire. No crime reports, cops and doctors wouldn't bat an eye. And Bleach Japan gets a nice, tragic death to go on about.
Damn. I wish we'd picked a fight with dumber enemies.
But what can we do? Go to the police and explain how we abducted Ogasawara?
What would be the point? Half the force is on Mabuchi's payroll. No, they would just book our asses.
So Aoki has everyone marching along to his little tune. All in step.
Young master.
Okay, Bleach Japan's got us by the short hairs there. But what about the fact they were trespassing on Komijul property?
Well, they must have figured the public would think the ends justified the means. And they were right. The public thinks Bleach Japan is the hero of this story. The police will never prosecute them for trespassing.
At this rate, the Komijul and the Liumang are going to be extinct in Ijincho. And people like you who give us shelter will be an endangered species. I wish I didn't have to say this, but I suggest you make other living arrangements.
I can't. I'm waiting for someone to contact me here.
Who?
Arakawa-san, he's about to go all in with his next gamble. When that happens, you'll need strong allies.
More than he's already got?
I can't say anymore. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I'll be in touch.
Well then. But isn't Masumi Arakawa the man who shot you?
The boss wasn't trying to kill me. He shot me so I could live.
Sorry, but don't you think that's still kinda fucked up?
It's a long story. Buy me a beer sometime and I'll tell you all about it. But right now, while we've got you on the team, we need to get shit done. And we need to stock up on money and supplies because nobody knows what the hell will happen next.
That's for sure.
You drinking, Namba?
Oh, Ichiban. Glad you're here. We need to talk.
We do? Is it something serious?
Look, I need to tell you I'm sorry. For lying.
You mean about chasing the counterfeit bill?
Yeah. Think you can forgive me?
Come on, you know we're past that. What's important is your brother got released. All's well that ends well, right? That said, maybe now's a good time to tell me if there's any other holes in your story. You really were a nurse at some point, right?
Well, of course I was a nurse. How else could I have brought you back from the brink of death?
Good point. Then, what about the part where you sold hospital meds? Didn't you say that's how you got your nursing license revoked?
Well, that's the short version, but it's more complicated, actually.
What do you mean?
You'll be the first person I've ever told this to, so I hope you plan on sitting for a while.
Yeah, man. I'm all ears.
Back in elementary school, I read about Florence Nightingale. That's when I knew I was meant to be a nurse. Helping the sick, people being grateful for it, it's all I ever wanted in life. But when I finally put on my scrubs, it was different. Endless late shifts, difficult patients, never a word of thanks. Eventually, I just stopped caring. Little by little, I started cutting corners any way I could. I'd pretend not to hear the intercom, and instead, I'd go doze off somewhere. By the time I hit 40, I had no idea why I ever went into the field. But then one day, this new girl named Mizue showed up. And in her introduction, she brought up who else but Nightingale.
Just like you, huh?
We had the same role model, but she still had her spirit. She would rush toward every patient in the ward, never missed a beat. On top of that, she always had the sweetest smile.
So, you had a thing for her?
Are you kidding me? She was 23 and a looker, and I was just a middle-aged loser.
So what? You totally look younger than you are.
You think so?
For sure. If you told me you were in your 20s, or hell, your teens, I'd believe it.
God damn it, Ichiban.
Sorry.
That was a good one, though. You got me.
Anyway, back to Mizue-chan. What happened?
No, that's right. Whenever I saw her working, I could feel my old self coming back. That young version of me, who used to give it his all.
That's a good sign.
If only I had half her stamina and wasn't twice her age. Anyway, one night I was a little sleepier than usual. So I went out to the back lawn, thinking maybe I could sneak in a nap. And suddenly, I heard a noise from behind. I turned around to find the storeroom we keep the medicine in wide open. And Mizue-chan was walking out alone.
Was she restocking? I mean, if you were slacking off, she was probably having to bust her ass.
Well, that's the thing. In our hospital, only the pharmacists have access to the storeroom. Mizue-chan and I were just nurses. We didn't even need to go in there.
Then what was she doing?
Well, at the time, there was a rumor floating around the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Medicine would keep disappearing. The list never matched the inventory. According to the rumors, someone was swiping medicine and selling it. Illegally.
No way. And that was Mizue-chan?
It was. As my eyes adjusted, I could clearly see her arms were full of medicine boxes.
But why would she need to sell medicine?
From what I heard, her parents were under a mountain of debt. So, to lighten some of their load, Mizue-chan was paying everything she could. But a single nurse's salary wouldn't get them out of the hole. No way.
So she was stealing the meds to do it?
Yep. And I was the sole eyewitness. Thing is, Mizue-chan never noticed me there. Now, if it was you, Ichiban, what would you have done?
Well, calling her out on it would seem to be the right thing to do. But I guess she wasn't stealing it just to be a criminal, huh?
Not in the slightest. She was only doing it for her family. I mean, yeah, she was breaking the law. But she wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Plus, getting caught would cost her her job. Then the debt would only have gotten worse. With all that in mind, I'd say it's a pretty tough call to make.
Huh. Now you're on the same page I was. Anyway, in the end, all I could do was watch her walk away without saying a word. If there ever was a criminal who deserved a free pass, it was Mizue-chan. That was what I thought at the time. So I turned a blind eye.
And what happened after that?
It wasn't long before Mizue-chan's actions caught up with her. The hospital director decided to get the police involved and started gathering evidence.
He waited that long to take action?
Well, he was trying to resolve it internally, being that the hospital's reputation was at stake. I guess he got sick of having a thief under his nose. So he escalated it to the next logical step.
But if the cops caught Mizue-chan stealing, that'd be bad news.
She'd have a police record, and her name in all the papers. To be honest, it was only a matter of time. She had her whole life ahead of her. How could that happen to someone so young? And on the other hand, you've got me. A guy who totally burned out. A guy who couldn't be further from Florence Nightingale. Better a saint like Mizue-chan stay at the hospital than a sack of shit like me, wouldn't you say?
Namba? Are you telling me you...
Yeah. I went up and confessed to the whole thing. Stealing, selling, and all.
And that's how you lost your nursing license?
Yep. No, and I got fired too. Naturally.
Man, you went all out for that girl. Did she ever contact you after that? Even a call or a letter?
Not that I'm aware. In a matter of hours, I was out of a job and out on the streets.
You regret any of it?
Well, my brother disappeared not long after, so even if I didn't get canned, I would have quit on my own anyway. So, no, to answer your question. Though I do have to admit, I would like to see Mizue-chan off when she goes overseas.
She's going overseas?
Yeah. She always dreamed of running off to some developing country where they really need medical professionals.
She took that Nightingale shit seriously.
Our hospital had an international dispatch program, available to staff nurses with at least 3 years tenure. This year would be Mizue-chan's third, and I know she would take advantage of it.
Well, in that case, why not go say farewell?
If only I could. For starters, I don't even know when she leaves.
Maybe if you ask one of your old nurse buddies, they'll tell you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the little rat who stole the medicine, if you forgot that detail. They want nothing to do with me.
Well, hello, boys. Don't worry, the life of the party's here. Care to bring me up to speed?
Oh, Sachan. Wait, are you drunk?
I think you're drunk. Now, fill me in, if you please.
Oh, Namba here was going off on one of his hobo horror stories again.
Hobo horror stories?
Well, no house means no toilet, right? Care to guess what he had to do when he had the shits?
Yeah, I'd rather not. And here I was, thinking I'd get actual substance out of two grown men instead of literal crap.
Thanks for covering for me.
I got you, man.
I don't mind if we let Sayoko know at some point, but preferably not when she's plastered.
Yeah, no kidding. Yo, Adachi-san.
Hey, Kasuga. Thanks for being there during the settlement the other day.
Not a problem. Think of the story we can tell now. You playing a rich guy and me playing your secretary.
I thought it suited us perfectly, to tell the truth. Now, how about I buy you a meal? Hmm? Beef bowl sound good?
Hell yeah! Let's go to Akahushimaru. What should I get? The new special looks good, but there's also the old standby.
Come on, when someone's treating you, you gotta go with just a standard beef bowl.
Aw, man, really? Well, at least let me get a large. Huh? Adachi-san, isn't that... Takashi? Hey, Taka!
Pipe down, dumbass! If he sees me like this, he's gonna know I'm not rich.
Right. Didn't think about that.
Not to mention, a rich philanthropist and his secretary eating at a dingy little beef bowl joint looks pretty weird. Let's get out of here before Takashi sees us.
What about the beef bowl?
Next time. Hey, that's the con man. How's it going?
Okay, even though it was a bust, I still think that guy Yamada is a total sucker. We gotta try again. Okay, come on. Just keep the pen pal thing with him going for now, okay?
Okay.
Come on. We'll come up with a better plan. One that'll make us really rich.
You think the two of them could be working together?
Hey, what's going on here, Takashi?
Yamada-san? What are you guys doing here?
Oh, we're getting beef bowls, 'cause we're broke. Now tell us what you're doing here.
You're broke?
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Yamada Moneybags was fake. I made it all up. I'm just a jobless old fart named Adachi.
Huh?
Surprise. Adachi-san was just pretending to be a high roller, so Takashi wouldn't feel bad taking his money.
And this is your way of showing thanks? By taking everything I've got?
Takashi, if I were you, I'd start apologizing. Adachi-san's not the only one getting pissed off right now.
We're the ones who need an apology. You've been lying about all this money of yours, and now it turns out you're just some bum.
You stay out of this.
No, I'm gonna fuck you up now. Messing with us and stirring up a bunch of shit? You got it coming, man.
Screw this. Time for me to kick your ass. Let's go out front.
Do I get the rest of my party, or is it just me and you add Adachi?
Show me what you got.
Oh, it's just us two. Oh, you are.
I'm up. Going in. I got this. Oh my god. Hura. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. The enemy is defeated. God damn.
I'm so sorry.
Do you have any idea what it's been like to be me these past 20 years?
Hey, Kosuke.
Takashi-kun?
I just found this letter in my room. What's this about scraping a bumper and an out-of-court settlement? I don't remember anything about this.
Crap. I can explain.
Dude, did you pretend to be me to squeeze some money out of Yamada-san?
I'm really, really sorry, man.
Hang on a sec, you two. Let's get this cleared up.
Yeah, seriously. This letter is the one I sent to Takashi to set a date for the settlement.
And you sent it to Takashi Kasumi, that's me.
Are you serious right now?
Then who's this?
He's my roommate, Kosuke. There was a time when we were both good students striving to become lawyers. Then Kosuke gave up on having a real career and started hanging out with some losers. My guess is they pressured him into impersonating me. He's not the type to stand up to people. Guess he would have made a crap lawyer.
Look, all I did was mention that my roommate had some sweet-ass deal where rich guy sends him money every month. Hasegawa-san's the one who came up with the scam idea. I'm really sorry.
I'd like to apologize as well, Yamada-san. Although, I guess I should just call you Detective Adachi.
What? How did you know who I was?
I've known for a while. Nobody else would have cared about me enough to support me all this time. But you fought for my father's innocence until the very end.
You know about that?
Yes. Even back then, I knew about it.
Well, then let me say now what I should have said then. I'm sorry I didn't save your dad, Takashi.
Please, don't apologize. You've already helped me make sure that nobody else will suffer like my father did. Because I passed the bar exam.
You what?
Really? You kicked that exam's ass?
I did. They announced the results yesterday.
Hot damn! That's great, Takashi! Really, really great!
I owe it all to you. All your help over the years really made a difference.
Now, well, if you ask me, it was worth every yen.
But I don't want to keep leaning on you, so I ask that you let your most recent gift be the last.
Sure, you don't gotta ask me twice. Even though, this time next month I might be a little sad not to help you.
Oh, then just keep sending it. After all, I could argue that you legally obligated yourself to keep doing it once you started.
What?
It's just kidding, that's not real. And I should know. I'm a lawyer.
Looks like Takashi-kun pulled a fast one on you, Adachi-san.
Yeah, just for a second there.
Nice to see a kid achieve something so big. I mean, that's some real leveling up, becoming a lawyer.
Yeah, God, Takashi must have worked his ass off. He's a good kid, all right.
Adachi-san, I think your kindness is what taught him to be good.
I don't know. Even without my money, I'm sure he would have made his dreams come true one way or another. That's just the kind of guy he is. He'll be a great lawyer. He'll help a lot of people.
I think you're right about that.
Thanks for everything, Kasuga.
Come on, don't get all sentimental on me.
I mean, it's just that, we've gone through some shit together, but in the end, it's, good times. I'm glad we met each other. I really am.
What a coincidence. I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Nice that the feeling's mutual. How about we celebrate Takashi passing the test with a drink?
Yeah, to great future lawyers and great former detectives.
Cheers!
Cheers! Sup?
Exactly.